You have 15 seconds to ruin a wedding. What do you do in the 15 seconds?
Propose to my so.
Bonus points if your so is the bride or groom.
Will you marry me? What the fuck do you think we've been doing today?
Punch the bride.
Here comes the bride, all dressed in red, I mean white.
You've got red on you.
All dressed in bandages.
Just stand in the aisle and scream. Works best if you're not a child.
While screaming, be sure to take off your clothes as fast as you can.
And then sprint towards the bride and groom and punch them both in the face at the same time.
Call the groom's bride a whore.
And don't close that goddamn door.
It's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of poise and rationality.
Well, in fact, I'll look at it this way. I mean, technically, our marriage is saved.
Helicopter dick.
Father O'Malley, I'm not an altar boy anymore, can you just proceed with the ceremony?
Better yet, pilot a helicopter into the wedding venue with your dick.
That's called a proper Kobe.
In the middle of the best man's speech just yell, I fucked the groom last night.
Better if you're male.
Gotta make the most of those 15 seconds.
Start playing the Reigns of Castamere, then murder everyone.
I'm trying to figure out how to sneak this into the playlist for my sister's wedding.
Rename the file to lovetrain.mp3, it'll get played.
Thing is, she's keeping complete control over it. I'd have to actually request it and send her a link and shit. My soon-to-be brother-in-law doesn't even have direct control on it. I think my sister knows I'm trying this.
So, in a friend's wedding. She has an uncle who is a rather large and gruff man. We're in the South, so everybody calls him Uncle Bear. We're about 15 minutes to the start the procession and the bride can't be found, so the maid of honor is rather discreetly asking around if anybody knows where she went. Uncle Bear then proceeds to holler across the sanctuary, "Hey y'all, I found. She didn't run off, she was just in the crapper."
Oh man, that's just brutal.
Kiss the bride and the groom. They'll either kick my ass or question their feelings, which will then lead them to marrying me instead. The latter is the optimal outcome. Write in the guest book, "Dear name of the groom, I loved our special time during your bachelor party. Hope it doesn't end with that. Hot kisses from you know who. Wink. This way I don't abruptly end the whole wedding party atmosphere. Free food and drinks for myself."
When throwing rice, dump a ton of it in the newlywed's car and watch the following arguments and stress as the car starts growing rice from every conceivable place.
As the bride walks down the aisle, I would run up to her and say I forgot to pay her for last week's sleepover, then forcefully thrust cash at her.